Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Bound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. Got a fun video here for you where I'm going to show you a whole bunch of ideas of ways you can use fabric, lace and trims in your journal making. So I've got a whole bunch of examples in front of me, and also I have a completed journal to show you what it can look like in a finished journal. But let's get started with the first idea is to make covers. So I love making covers. Covers is my favorite part of the journal making process. So I'll just give you a few examples of some covers. So this is probably the most basic one. Get some beautiful fabric, put it on the outside and on the inside like that. You can get a bit fancier and, you know, add some doilies and ribbon and lace and little patches, patchwork, and you can stitch the cover together yourself or layer things on top and all of that kind of thing. So that's just one idea. Another idea for covers is to do more of like laying down strips of fabric, lace and trim, which is quite fun. And I just love how this turned out. On the back I just made it a bit more plain, and this one is just another example. I layered this lace here with the ribbon there, and then we've got a beautiful feature fabric over the top, and I've added a lace closure as well, and then some beautiful floral fabric on the inside. So yeah, love all these ideas. You can have so much fun making different types of covers with fabrics. You can patchwork things together. I've made a few patchwork covers. They were very fun to make. But yeah, that is the first idea. So the second idea is to do ruffles. And I've just got some smaller ruffles here to show you. And that's where you get strips of fabric and you just take it to your sewing machine and ruffle it up like this. So these look great on the sides of the page like this. And I do have some ruffles in here, I believe, like here, and they just look good from the side angle as well. So there, you could even possibly turn those into pockets depending on how wide the ruffles are. And here's an idea of, if you just have short pieces, or even if you have long pieces, you can make a giant long ruffle, stitching them together. So you can see that. They just fold it over each other, and then you can cut them up. So if you want, you can do this whole long piece and then later on cut it up as you need. And I love the idea. So just grab your different pieces of fabric and you can have fun with ruffles. So the next idea is clusters. So fabric clusters, you can do this with paper as well. Same with ruffles, you can do paper ruffles, but these are fabric clusters. Paper ruffles and paper clusters you could do as well. And so the idea with these ones is you just layer the small scraps of fabric. So this is a great project for those offcuts of fabric that you have from making other journals, perhaps from when you're making a cover, you know, those corner pieces that you trim off. Keep those because you can layer them up and make really cool little clusters. And so I've kind of color coordinated mine with the more neutral and then the blues here, really pretty. I like also alternating with laces and fabrics so you can see through to the other layers, and just you can see a whole variety of different types. Look at that one, that's stunning. And so you can see you can like make smaller ones and bigger ones, and they're really fun. I'm going to show you all examples of how I use them in this journal as well, but for example here, and later on, but for example right now I'll show you this one here. I just love how that looks on the page. I usually use these as pockets, so I can, if I just glue that there and there, it would become a tuck spot, and I usually put them in the corner or at the bottom, but here this is the first time that I used it kind of on the side of the page so you can see it like that, and I love that. Look at that, all those good layers. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, clusters are really fun and easy to make. Usually in the past I've just stapled them together, which is great, but this time I used my sewing machine to just stitch down the middle, and I think I really like that look. Very, very fun. So yeah, just lots of fun getting your scrap pieces. Of course, you can just cut up big pieces of fabric and cut them into squares or random shapes as well. And then this is another fun one. This is a snippet roll. So the snippet roll, how I make it is I get a ribbon, like quite a wide ribbon. So I had this white ribbon, and then all I do is, again with scraps, so the same kind of scraps that I use for the clusters, I used on the what's it called, snippet roll. And I also have some lace, so let me just show you. So I have like a basket of more lacy pieces, like ribbon lace. So I just trim off little bits of the lace and attach them as well. So a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. So I kind of start with the bigger pieces of fabric and then add my lacy bits over the top. So you can see that's how I kind of build up my layers. And then over the top I even include like a butterfly piece here, which is really pretty. And of course you can deck this out even more. You can bling it up, you can add some sequins and some charms and all sorts of things. But yeah, I'll just show you. I started off with the blue, so that was a great way to use up all of my blue scraps. And then I just kept on going with the same ribbon and did a pink. A pink snippet roll. And again, it's great having this in bulk, like a long piece, because then you can just cut it up wherever you need it and just adds a little bit of decoration to your journal page. For example, you can cut it up really small and then that's just a bit of decoration there. Or you can do like a belly band or put it on the side of the page, for example, like that, so that you can see it out the side a little bit. How fun does that look? Or you can turn it into a pocket. I've used snippet rolls as pockets, so if I cut this, I would just glue it there, down there, and then it's a tuck spot there. And of course you can do the belly band, so we're sliding that down there and then putting something behind it like that. So really pretty. It was a really instant, fast way to bring a lot of layering and beauty and interest to your journal pages like that. Okay, so that is the snippet roll. Really fun to make as well. The next idea, I have a list on my desk beside me, just so I can remember all of the ideas and things that I've tried out. So I'm just going to read it here while I roll this up. Where am I up to? So snippet roll, number 4, number 5, page edges. Okay, so if you have just a little bit of lace or lace ribbon, what I also like to do is have it stick out the edge like this. So just trim off the piece length you need and then glue it down or sew it down. And I love that you can see that, that peeking through there. So lace or ribbon edges are really fun. And you don't have to have it poking out. You could put it all the way in, but that's just another way to decorate your page in a simple way. And then we have tabs. So tabs are one of my favorite ways to use up fabric, especially the scraps as well, because you don't need a lot of fabric to do the tabs. So these ones in this journal, I just love doing lots and lots of tabs for the sewing themed journals. So you can see here you can do thinner ones, wider ones. Where are some more? Here's another one. And it's a really great way to kind of tie in the color scheme of your journal and to represent all the fabrics that you're using. So all of these I also use as pockets, which is the next idea. And it's kind of nice to see them hanging out the side so you know what to kind of expect when you open up the journal. And I just love using tabs as well as places where you can add charms. So you can tie your bowl pin on there or attach your bowl pin and then hang all your charms off them. And it's really nice how it sticks out from the journal and all your charms hang freely and really pretty. So tabs, one of the best ways I think to use fabric, because you don't need all of this other stuff like the snippet rolls and the clusters, the ruffles, the laces. You could just use the tabs and bulk it out and fill it up that way and make it look really nice on the edges. Of course, I've done it the other way too. Often in my fairy journals and my botanical journals, I will only use different lace ribbons along the edges of the pages, and I often use this type. This one might look familiar. I have like different colors of this, and yeah, it's really fun putting this on the edges of the pages. Again, you can use that to attach your charms to, so multifunctional. Okay, and then yeah, as I mentioned, we also have the pockets. This is great for both lace and your fabric. So lace I love because you can kind of see what's in the pocket. And I'll just give you a look at a whole bunch of the different pockets. You can do bottom loading pockets, you can do top loading pockets. Here's a beautiful pocket. And I also want to show you a side loading pocket. You can even do one of those triangle corner pockets. Just cut your fabric in a triangle shape. And then I want to also, there's another top loading pocket, bottom loading pocket. I like doing a variety of all different types. Another beautiful bottom loading pocket. And then here's a lace pocket, which is a full page pocket. So you can also do that instead of doing just a part of the page. You can put the pocket on the whole thing. And I especially like these types of pockets because you can put something big in there, something larger, and the lace again you can see through it, which is awesome. All right, and then another simple idea is to do your flips and flaps. Now where can I find one? But yeah, you can now see as I kind of flip through this all different ways you can use them. Oh, here's a flip. Okay, so you could do this with lace or fabric again, and it's really pretty. You can have it, if it was fabric, solid fabric, then it's secret journaling space, and you could do a small flip or you could do a full size page flip, so the whole thing lifts up, which is also lovely. So yeah, I'll just kind of flip through a little bit. Obviously there's way more ways to use fabric. You could just cut off little snippets and, you know, decorate little pieces here and there. So much fun. It doesn't even have to have straight edges. I love doing like diagonal pockets, and this one I just went with the fabric and it had this rounded edge, which was lovely. The ruffles here, again, I love putting them hanging over the page so you can see the layers, which is beautiful. There's a top loading pocket, bottom loading pocket. And then here is a side pocket as well with the lace, which is really pretty. So yeah, I hope that gave you some ideas of ways you can use fabric and lace and ribbon in your journals, and don't throw out those little scraps. There's so many ways to use them, and have fun experimenting with ways to use fabric and layer them on your covers as well. Really fun. And then yeah, have fun just going nuts with the fabric and lace, using them in all different ways. That's what I tried to do in this journal. I tried to use them in all different ways, as many different ways as I could think of in this journal. And also, yeah, I patchworked some fabric and lace on the back as well, just to give some added interest like that. So fun. Now, what I have coming up, now that I've done this video, is a start to finish journal making series, and I show you how I make this journal. So we start with the cover, and then the pages, and then I show you how I lay out and cut up my fabric and lace for the pockets and embellishments and the tabs. Then I take it to my sewing machine and sew it all up, and I add all the ephemera, do the binding, and that will be coming up. There's quite a few videos in that series, so if you would like to make your own journal and follow along and grab out your own pieces, start making some ruffles, start making some clusters, a snippet roll, start gathering your fabric and lace together, and come join me and we'll make a fabric themed journal together. Awesome guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. A big special thank you to all of my patrons who supported me in September. Thank you so much for making my creative dreams come true. If you would like to become a patron in October, I would be forever grateful, and you will get access to extra printables and videos, and depending on your tier, first preference for my journals, behind the scenes looks and updates, updates. I'm also running my courses again in August. So there's the Willow Journal course, the Anchor Journal course, and the launch of the Art Journal course. So check the description box below for any of those details if you're interested. And I also have a buy me a coffee donation option as well. You can check me out on Instagram and the Facebook group page where I put up updates and announcements, and there's the community page as well. Willowbound Journals exists to bring light and love into the world.